Good time zone, ladies and gentlemen. This is your pilot Speedbird speaking, and for your in-flight entertainment today, got a little bit of a logic puzzle that my chat has deemed worthy of my doing. So if you like this kind of content, definitely give me a follow and come watch me live on Twitch. I should actually be streaming live as this video releases. So if you are here on day one, come join me. I got a little bit of a birthday streamathon going on soon, so come help celebrate my birthday as well. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the video. So yeah, this is Clues by Sam. My chat introduced this to me last week, and now this is my first full week of doing it. I've waited until Sunday so we get all the puzzles. If you don't know what Clues by Sam is, it's a logic game. There are 20 people here divided into rows and columns. They are split into innocent and criminal. And your job is to find out which ones are innocent and which ones are criminal. Basic rules of the game is certain people have clues. Everyone tells the truth, including criminals, and you are not able to make non-logical guesses. The game literally does not let you guess if you don't have it set up. So yeah, let's get started. This is the Monday puzzle. They get harder throughout the week, so Monday should be really easy. But Gabe is one of Hope's 4 innocent neighbors. So if you click on it, you get to know who is who. So Gabe is innocent, and then Hope has 4 innocent neighbors, so 4 of these 5 are going to be innocent. Gabe is the only innocent guard, so the other guards must be criminal. And you can also hide useless clues like, I was hoping you'd find me, or you wouldn't find me, by clicking it. Exactly 1 innocent in column B is neighboring Adam. So Adam is right there. So exactly 1 innocent in column B is neighboring Adam. There are only 2. So there we go. There are more innocent teachers than innocent guards. And this is an exclusive more. So there cannot be, well, I guess that's kind of how more works. But anyway, since there's only 2, you know, both of them must be innocent. Exactly 2 of the 5 innocents neighboring Flora are in column C. So exactly 2 of the 5 innocents neighboring Flora are in column C. So one of these are going to be innocent, and that leaves 2 more that are going to be there. And then that also means that since one of these must be criminal, that also borders Hope. So therefore you must be innocent. Both innocents below Diane are connected. So below Diane means that this must be innocent. Cool. And then let's see here. Gabe is one of Hope's 4. Oh, and both innocents below Dave, so both means exactly 2. So you must be a criminal. Adam is innocent. Thank you, I guess. Exactly 1 innocent in column B is neighboring Elsa. So Elsa is, where is Elsa? Right there. Exactly 1 innocent in column B is neighboring Elsa. We already have it, so you must be criminal. Oliver is one of Tyler's, Olive is one of Tyler's 3 criminal neighbors. And then Tyler must have 3 criminal neighbors. Chase has more criminal neighbors than Zavi. Where's Zavi? Okay, there you go. So Zavi has at most 1. criminal neighbor. And then Tyler must have 3. So it can't be both of these two, which means you must be a criminal. Salil and Chase have an equal number of criminal neighbors. Where are they at? Equal number of criminal neighbors, so they must both be 2. So you must be innocent. And that's fine, we don't need that anymore. And then an odd number of innocents on the edges neighbors Flora. So it's either going to be 3 or 5, but it must be at least 3. Because right now it is 2. Exactly 2 of the 5 innocents neighboring Flora are in column C. So if... Okay, so if Kim is innocent, right? So if Kim is innocent, you must be a criminal, which means only one of these can be innocent. If you, Chase, are innocent, then it really doesn't say anything about these two. They would have to be both criminal or both innocent. So that's cool. Now, and we know that these are opposing because of Hope as well. So Chase has more criminal neighbors than Zavi. So one of these two must be innocent. So we can also like mark them as opposing. Olive is one of Tyler's 3 criminal neighbors, so we again already know that. That's not super helpful. And then, so what do we know about Flora again? Exactly 2 of the 5 innocents neighboring Flora are in column C. So actually, we know that one of these, there are 5, right? So we know that one of these are, so that makes 4 total. So actually only one of these is, and since it must be around the edge, it can't be all 5, so Chase must be criminal. And that means you are innocent. One of these is going to be innocent, one of these is going to be criminal. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Justin. So right now we have 3. So we know that you must be criminal, you must be innocent. Row 4 has more criminals than any other row. And again, that's exclusive more, so it cannot have the same amount. So you must be the innocent and you must be the criminal. There we go. That's Monday's puzzle. Let's go on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, let's take a drink first. Oh, and I never started the timer, so we'll just start it here. Maybe we'll do the full timer in post, but forgot to start it. I am one of 2 innocents to the right of Kita. Oh, we know you must be innocent. Cool. There are exactly 2 innocents to the left of Zavi. All right, well, that's easy. There is only 1 criminal in column A. Okay. Both criminals in column D are connected, so we know that this cannot be a criminal, Zoe. And we know that Julie must be a criminal because either Emma or Olive have to be criminals to be connected. So we're basically done with that. Only one column has no criminals. Okay. So we know it's not A or D, so it must be B or C, but we don't know that just yet. Exactly 2 innocents above Wanda. Who's Wanda? Are neighboring Daniel. So we know innocent and innocent. Cool. Each row has at least 2 innocents. That makes sense. And exactly 2 of the 3 criminals on the edges are Isaac's neighbors. Exactly 2 of the 3 criminals on the edges are Isaac's neighbors. Okay. There is only one criminal in column A, which is entirely on the edge. And then we also know that one of these 3 is a criminal. We also know that only one column has no criminals. So let's see. What does that say? Does that say that column B is definitely the one with no criminals? Because I don't think it does. I don't think it does yet. Each row has at least 2 innocents. Again, I don't think that's like super helpful right now. Exactly 2 of the 3 criminals on the edges are Isaac's neighbors. We have 1, so again, one of these 3 must be. I'm one of 2 innocents to the right of Kita. I don't think that's helpful. Ah, yes, both criminals in column D are connected. So actually, you cannot be the criminal because all of column D is on the edge. And unfortunately, they don't give me a useful hint. All right. I don't think. Oh, that means that Zavi cannot be an innocent or a criminal, of course, because there's only 3. One must be in column A, another one must be in column B. There we go. There we go. So that one is useless now. There's an odd number of criminals in between Aaron and Umar. That is obvious, but it does mean that Aaron is innocent. There's an equal number of innocents in row 1 and 5, so you must be innocent. And then you must be the criminal. There are exactly 2 innocents in between Petra and Terry. So again, between is exclusive, so you must be innocent. There are more criminals in column A than column C. So A has exactly 1, C must be the one with 0. So innocent, innocent, criminal. And then each row has at least 2 innocents, so innocent. 1 criminal in row 2, okay, has an innocent directly to the right of them, so you must be criminal and then you must be innocent. Cool. There we go. Not that hard. Let's go on to the Wednesday one now. Laura is one of Igor's 3 innocent neighbors. So you are innocent, and then 3 of these 8 must be innocent, which means 5 are not. Only one of the four neighbors, or sorry, one of the four criminals neighboring Dana is above Ryan. Okay, so Igor is a criminal. And then one of these must be innocent, which also does go with Katie's thing. Exactly 3 innocents in row 3 have an innocent directly below them. Okay, exactly 3 innocents in row 3 have an innocent directly below them. So that means there are at least 3 innocents in row 3. It means there are at least 3 innocents in row 4. It also means that the last one, you know, whether it's column A, B, C, or D, we don't know yet, is the opposite of column 3. Only one of the 4 criminals neighboring Dana is above Ryan. And Laura is one of Igor's 3 innocent neighbors. So three of these, we'll say 3 of the reds must be criminals, which means 1 is innocent, and that means Igor will have 2 innocent neighbors at that point, which means one of Nick and Oscar and Dana is also innocent, but 2 of them are criminals. Which means absolutely nothing. What? Well, wait a minute. No. It means since there needs to be at least 3 innocents in row 3, so this would be 3. Both of these cannot be criminal, which means you must be a criminal. There we go. Got it. Makes sense. Julie has exactly 4 criminal neighbors. Oops. And we know 1. Actually, do we know 1? Do we know 3, 4? Yes, so we know 1 is here. So this and this. We can get rid of these right now. We know 1 is there. 2, 3. And we know it, you cannot be. So actually, you must be innocent. Gulhif. And then one of these, one of these must also be criminal. 1 must also be innocent. All right. And then exactly 3 innocents in row 3 have an innocent directly below them. We know for a fact that there are exactly 3 innocents, so all innocents in row 3 have 1 directly below them. Row 5 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents. So this one must have 3 because it has, oh no, wait, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. It must have exactly 1 because we know it cannot have exactly 2. So you must be a criminal. Explain like I'm 5. How did you catch me? I just did, friendo. And that also means, of course, one of these must be that. It also means that either both of these are... let's do... Both of these are criminal, or both are innocent. If both are criminal, that actually, does that mess with Igor? I don't believe so, because you would be... So, okay, if both of these are innocent, then this does not make sense for Igor, so both of these must be criminal. YOLO, thank you. That also means since one of these is a criminal, Igor will have 5 criminal neighbors and 3 innocent ones, so you must be the innocent and you must be the criminal to stop there from being exactly 2 innocents in that row. Ziad is one of Susan's 4 criminal neighbors. Vince has exactly 2 criminal neighbors. All these, what the hell? YLAYL, you laugh and you lose, obviously. Row 5 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents. Cool, so innocent and innocent. LOL! LOL, I get it. You must be innocent to satisfy that. And then Igor has 4 and 5. Cool. Vince has exactly 2 criminal neighbors. That's useless. This is useless. Laura is one of Igor's 3 innocent. Cool. So Susan has 4. Again, that doesn't matter. Julie has exactly 4. It doesn't matter. And then there we go. Exactly 3 innocents in row 3 have an innocent directly below them. So you must be the innocent and you must be the criminal. I like how that took less time than the day before. But anyway, let's go on to Thursday. Only one of the 4 criminals neighboring Chase is above Tina, so you must be a criminal scum. Both innocents below Bonnie are connected, so that means there are exactly 2, which means Hank, not being connected to Steve, is a criminal. Bonnie and Olga have only 1 innocent neighbor in common, so you must be that. Row 4 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents, so you must be a criminal scum. Zach is one of 3 criminals in the corner. Cool. There is only 1 innocent to the right of Steve. Okay. And since it has exactly 2 innocents, Steve is an innocent, you must be a criminal scum. There are exactly 2 innocents in between Hank and Will. Okay, and they are both of them. You're missing something round? I don't want to know about that. Alright, and then we know Chase has 4 criminal neighbors, so you must be like alternating there. Row 4 is the only one with exactly 2 innocents. Zach is one of 3 criminals in the corner, so if you are innocent, Frida, both of these guys must be criminals. Both innocents below Bonnie are connected. That actually means you are a criminal scum. Exactly 2 criminals in row 1 have a criminal directly below them. Okay. So what does that mean? That means there are actually at least 2 criminals, and row 4 is the only row with exactly 2 criminals, so there is only 1 innocent, which means both of these guys must be criminals. And then exactly 2 criminals in row 1 have a criminal directly below them. That satisfies for both Body and Frida. There's only 1 innocent above Vince, and we have found them. No one in column D has more than 3 criminal neighbors. Okay. That is a clue and a half. So, is that trying to tell me that Frida is innocent? Because Kay would then have 3 criminal neighbors, which means neither of these could be criminals if Frida was a criminal. There's only 1 innocent to the right of Steve. Okay. So if you are Uma, if you are the innocent, you must be a criminal. That satisfies Zach's no more than 3. In fact, Zach can never have more than 3. But that also means... Okay, wait a minute. That means that Kita is full on criminals no matter what, which means you are innocent. Row 4 is the only one with exactly 2 innocents. You must be innocent. And again, these must be... We'll actually do this and that to show that they are opposite polarity. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Zach. Odd number of innocents. So we know it is exactly 1 because it cannot be 3 due to these having opposite polarity. You must be a criminal scum. Each row has at least 1 innocent. So unfortunately, Vince, you are innocent, which means you are a criminal scum. And that means you are an innocent scum. There are more criminals in column C than column D. So you must be the criminal scum, and you must be innocent. Cool. That's Thursday, not too bad. Let's move on to Friday. This is tricky, supposedly. Both innocents below Cheryl are connected. So it's either Gabe or Tina, but Shah must be criminal scum. Each column has at least 3 innocents, which means since there are only 2 below Cheryl, Cheryl must be innocent. Cool. Both criminals above Zoe are connected. And since each column has at least 3 innocents, we know Zoe must be innocent. All innocents in column A are connected, so it's either this, this, or this, which means you are innocent. Column A has more innocents than any other column. Okay. So that means column A has at least 4 innocents, while everyone else has at most either 3 or 4. Cool. So let's see here. Both criminals above Zoe are connected. So this is definitely 3. This is definitely 3. A must be at least 4. And if it is at least 4 and they're all connected, then the 3 middle ones must all be innocent. Cool. There are more innocents in column B than column C. So B must have more than C, which is 3, which means it has to be 4, because A must be 5. Cool. That's cool. Only one person in row 1 has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. Okay. Uma is one of Mark's 5 innocent neighbors. And then both criminals above Zoe are connected, so you must be criminal scum. There's an odd number of innocents on the edges. So right now we have 7. Oh, we know that B has 4, but we don't know if they're connected or not. So any one of these could be the criminal scum. Okay, both criminals above Zoe are connected, so there's definitely one more in column D, which means that out of B1, B5, D3, exactly 0 or 2 are innocent to satisfy Uma. Which means that 1 or 3 of these 3 are going to be criminal as well. And it can't be 3, so there must be 2 and 2. Which means, since these 2 are like that, these 2 must be like that. I believe that is correct. Let me just count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's 2, 4, 6. There's 8. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. So there are 8 now. That's different than what I thought. I thought there were 7. So 1 or 3 of the edges are innocent. We know that 1 is here, so these 2 must have the same same polarity, no matter what. So that's good to know. And then only one person in row 1 has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. Man, that does not help right now. Each column has at least 3 innocents. And actually, we know that column B has to have 4, so these both must be innocent. Cool. 2 mechs have an innocent directly above them. Well, one of them already does. So either you are innocent. So these 2 have opposite polarity. Oops. Because either Scott the mech has an innocent directly above him, which means Laura the mech cannot, because John the mech already does, or Scott the mech does not have an innocent directly above him, which means Laura the mech must have an innocent directly above, which means that we have 2 of Mark's 3 criminal scum neighbors. We also know, hold on, wait a minute. Where was it? Both criminals Where was it? Both innocents below Cheryl are connected. So one of these, either Gabe or Tina, must also be a criminal. So we have one criminal, one criminal, one criminal. You must be innocent. And in fact, you also must be innocent. That also means you must be criminal scum. And that's not useful. Only one person in row 1 has exactly 2 innocent neighbors. That's probably going to be useful, but let me check all the other ones. Gabe is one of Laura's 2 criminal neighbors. So you are criminal scum. Who on earth would want to touch that thing? That is what she said to you, chat. That also means that you are innocent scum. Who in the universe would want to touch that? Jesus Christ. I should have saved that. And there's an odd number of innocents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. All innocents in column A are connected. Yeah, that makes sense. Each column has at least 3. We know that. 2 mechs have an innocent directly above them. There are more innocents in column B than column C. Gabe is one of Laura's 2 criminal neighbors. So you must be the criminal. You didn't touch it, but I'm happy it's gone. My God. You must be innocent. Cool. Ow, that was bright. I don't know if you guys saw that flash. Emily on Saturday is one of 3 innocents above Shola or Zola. Column A is the only column with exactly 2 criminals. So, since there are 3 innocents above Zola, right? And column A, which would make 2 criminals, but column A is the only one with exactly 2 criminals. There must be then fewer than 2 criminals in column D, which means Zola must be innocent. There are exactly 3 innocents above Vicky, which again means that Vicky must be innocent. Only one of the 2 criminals neighboring Ulci is above Tina. Okay, so one of these 2 is criminal and one is innocent, and then one of these other ones is going to be criminal. There are exactly 3 innocents above Vicky. So Chad could be the criminal scum, which would mean, yeah, which would mean Hope or Steve could be a criminal as well. But if Chad is innocent, for example, that means Hope and Steve are definitely innocent. Because one of these must be a criminal, and there are 2 criminals neighboring Ulci, and we already know one of them is there. Okay. And we know that Chad and something else in column B cannot be both criminals because of Zola, and honestly also because of Emily. But column A is the only column with exactly 2 criminals. Neat. exactly 3 innocents above Vicky, but it doesn't say anything about how they're arranged. Emily is one of 3 innocents above Zola. Oh, that means that you must be innocent. There are more innocent farmers than innocent doctors. Okay. Well, we know there is 1 innocent doctor, so there must be at least 2 innocent farmers. And since we know that 2 of these farmers in column A only are innocent, that means we know Uma is a criminal, as all Umas are, of course. Each row has at least 3 innocents. Okay, so Wally is innocent. We also know that... Actually, we don't know. In fact, it's very likely that both of these are innocent because of Olsey's thing. Olsey is one of Tina's 4 innocent neighbors. Someone stole my ladle. I don't care. I think that works. So yeah, let's go through that again. So if Steve is criminal, Peter must be the opposite. Criminal, criminal. Olsey has 6 innocent neighbors. One of the ones in above Vicky must be criminal. Each row has at least 3 innocents, so we know that you must be innocent, you must be innocent, you must be innocent. And then you must be a criminal, right? So that does work out. There's nothing wrong with Steve being a criminal. But what if Hope is criminal? So you must be like this, right? Which means you must be criminal scum. Ooh, here we go. So there are exactly 3 innocents above Vicky, so you must be a criminal. But also, column A is the only column with exactly 2 criminals, so it must have a criminal. But every row, where is it? Each row has at least 3 innocents. So Hope is not a criminal. Cool. So how about Noah? Can Noah be a criminal? If Steve is a criminal, Chad must be a criminal to satisfy Zola. If Steve is innocent, one of these must be a criminal. Steve must be innocent. So we know Chad and Steve share the same polarity. They're opposite of Peter. They're also the same as Kyle. That's what we know. That's just... Okay, so wait a minute. Layla is always the same polarity. Yeah, right? Yeah, Layla is always the same polarity. So those 4 are the same polarity. So if Layla is innocent, you must be innocent, right? But if Layla is criminal, Noah is also innocent. So Noah is innocent. Freya is innocent. Oh my god, we finally made the breakthrough. Whew. Okay. So, can we do the same thing with Chad, for example? So if Chad is criminal, Ben is innocent. If Chad is innocent, then Ben must be a criminal. So that's just because now Layla and Ben, one of them has to be a criminal. So if that is the case, does David have to be innocent? Can David be a criminal? If David is a criminal, both of these are innocent, which means Layla is also innocent due to Chad. These both cannot be innocent. David must be innocent. There is only one innocent in between Kita and Tina. Okay. So one of these is that, which means you must be innocent. There are 3 criminals on the edge. I don't think that's very useful. I don't think that's a useful clue right now. I don't think there's anything stopping that from existing. Well, actually, wait a minute. No, yeah, it is, because that means that these guys cannot actually be criminals, because that would make 4 total. So these guys must be innocent. Innocent, 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 criminal scum, criminal scum, criminal scum. Wow, that took a long time. Solved in less than 39 minutes. To be fair, some of that time was during the ad break, but you know, we'll deal with it. And then finally, today's puzzle, July 26th. 2 of Clyde's neighbors in row 1 are innocent, while Clyde only has 2 neighbors in row 1, so they are both innocent. An odd number of innocents in row 2, neighbor Clyde. Okay, so it's either 1 or 3. Neat. Exactly 1 innocent to the right of Eli is neighboring Olive. Okay, so both of those clues together means that only one of these is innocent, and an odd number of innocents in row 2, neighbor Clyde. So if only one is, and there's a maximum of 3, all 3 can't be. Henry, sorry to say, you're criminal scum. Row 5 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents. So that means 2 things. 1, at least one of these has to be innocent. Also means that you must be innocent. I'm sorry. The opposite. You must be a criminal because one of these is innocent, and there can't be 2. Only one of the 5 criminals neighboring Maria is Uma's neighbor. So out of these 2, one of them is criminal scum. And then out of these 4, there are 3. Cool. Cool. Oh yes, and since one of these is innocent, and that would make 2, Scott must be innocent. Maria is one of Ivan's 5 criminal scum neighbors. And then Ivan has 5, so out of these 4, 3 must be criminal scum, which means a very good chance that Ivan is the innocent out of these 2, but not Of course, logical. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Henry. Okay. So maximum of 6, so it's 1, 3, or 5. And if it is 1, does that actually logically make sense? Can all of these odd number of innocents neighboring Henry, can all of these be red? Only one of the 5 criminals neighboring Maria. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, no, it cannot be 1. There must be at least there must be at least 2 more innocent neighbors for Henry. So Ivan being a criminal is actually kind of useful. Doesn't mean he is, but like, what happens if he's not? So now, I said that both of these had to be the same polarity, and they had to both be innocent, which means these guys are criminal no matter what. Aha. What do you mean not enough? Alright, well, I made a mistake on the last day. That's annoying. Wanda is one of the 8 innocents on the edges. Man, that's annoying. And there's 4. We know there's at least 1 more, so there's 5. There's actually exactly 1 more here. So 6. So if Clyde innocent, then Phil is also innocent. So Clyde, Olive, Uma all have Phil being innocent. Is there anyone so if you are green, you are red, right? That means you must be red, you must be green, you must be green, you must be red, you must be red. Does that work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works. What if you are red and you are green? Actually, wait. Yeah, because it would have to be this way. Okay. Because Henry would have 4 greens, which does not work. So it has to be this way. So if Ivan is innocent, Olive is innocent. If Olive is innocent, we know that Phil is innocent. But let's go to the conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Phil has to be innocent because at maximum one of these other ones is there. So Ivan equals Phil. We know that. Ivan equals Phil. Clay equals Logan. And those two are opposite. And then Raul is also the same as Clay and Logan. So if Ivan is innocent. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then one of these has to be innocent, so 8. If Ivan is red, what happens? So if Ivan is red, then 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, no matter what, Ivan is good on that. Cool. Cool. Now, with that information, Olive, if Ivan is red, Olive cannot, of course, be green, but we know that because Ivan can only have one more innocent person. But if Ivan is green, Olive must be green, right? Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you are green, you have to be red, and this just does not work. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does. No, because okay. So Olive is the same color as Ivan. Cool. So Ivan equals Phil equals Olive. So we don't need to know that. Or that. And then let's see. So that means no matter what, we have 2 innocents along the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know all of our. So Clyde, no matter what, has to be criminal. Oh my god. Fuck, dude. There's an equal number of innocents in columns A and D. So that means that Uma. So there is one criminal, 1 innocent here. 1 criminal, 1 innocent here, right? Equal number of innocents in A and D. So there are going to be 3 innocents here, 2 innocents here. You must be innocent. You must be criminal. You must be criminal. Now it should be easy. Henry has something. I don't even remember. If Uma innocent, then Phil innocent. Cool. Criminal, criminal, innocent, criminal, innocent. Holy crap, we got it with just 1 mistake for the whole week. That took a little bit of time there. That took a little bit of time. We're going to, how do I think I just know. What are my split?